Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very interesting run for you. This is part 3 of a series we did down in West Virginia. If you didn't get a chance yet to watch the previous two, make sure you do. This one here is a run that is called Devil's Teacup. There are literally miles upon miles of trails that shoot off of this run. It's not particularly difficult when it's dry, but I think if you had rain up in here, it would be very slick and you might have some trouble with it. But we went through as they were in the middle of a drought. And as a matter of fact, there was a forest fire that we ended up driving through the edges of. It was kind of scary there for a minute. We still had fire burning on top of the trees on some places. Nevertheless, this is about a 45-50 mile run. To do it justice, you need to take a couple days. We did this in one day, and we got onto it here down in Cedar Grove, West Virginia, in Kanawha County. We took Route 81 up to a place called Hicks Hollow, and from there, that's where the trail starts. And there are many different entrances and exits on this trail. So if you want to do it, that's where it starts, or at least that's how we got started. So let's get going. This is going to be interesting. Jump in. We've got plenty of room. Let's get going. The whole time we were down here in West Virginia, the state was in a pretty serious drought, and we'd heard there was a forest fire. And as a matter of fact, we could see smoke billowing off in the distance as we drove to different trails throughout the day and left our motel room to go look around a little bit. And the local news had said there was over 7,000 acres that had burnt. We didn't realize that this trail we were on today actually brought us into that. And you might be able to see the scorched earth there off to the sides. We even saw a tree that was still on fire here. It was kind of eerie. We kind of hurried up and got out of there before we got ourselves into trouble. There'll be a couple of clips of the fire as seen by the news agency. So we came to this little stretch of slick rock that went up over the bank, and I asked Sherri if she would just stand out at the top. She doesn't like going down over or up these steep slides like this, and so she had the GoPro camera and was standing up there and trying to get some good shots of me trying to get up, which I couldn't do because I don't have lockers, and I didn't want to wreck the front end trying to get up over the little shelf at the bottom. But in my zeal to get up over the hill, I must have run over a ground hornet's nest, as you'll see them buzzing around my 360 camera on top of the Jeep. Oh well, I couldn't make it, so I come back around to the top, and as I came up to pick up Sherri, those bees followed me up there, and she got hammered by one of them in the back of her leg. And yeah, being a cameraman can be pretty dangerous. Sadly, we were in the middle of nowhere, and it took us several hours to get out of there, and she ended up in the emergency room. And when you take a look at this leg, you'll understand why.
There's so many bees there, I got stung.
Well, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed that ride. By the way, Sherri's doing just fine. We did manage to get her down to the Charleston West Virginia Hospital, and the doctor looked at that thing and he said, "Man, that's one angry bee." Well, she's doing better now and trying to avoid the bees, so I don't blame her one bit. She is quite the trooper. I love that girl. By the way, our next video coming out soon will be a little different than the ones we usually do. We're taking a trip up through New England to see the colors, and my Jeep is not going to be able to make the trip. I found out just the other day I have to put a new steering gear in it, and also my tires probably wouldn't make the trip. So we're going to take our car, but we're going to film it, see what we can see. We're going all the way up to Maine and then back down to Pennsylvania. So we'll have a video on that if you care to watch that. We'd love to have you take a look. But in the meantime, why don't you just get out there? Have a great day until next time.